Good morning, my friends. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. It's Sunday, and I'm here, and you're here, and that's just a wonderful thing. This is week 39 of our another 52-week challenge to recycle. This year, we want to recycle 2,000 pounds of things from our tables, from our household waste that would normally go into the landfill. And instead of going into the landfill, it's going back into our land. If you don't have land, I'm sure you have a pot of flowers, or you have a neighborhood area, or maybe just even outside your own apartment complex or your housing development or something like that, that you could grind it up and just sprinkle it out there. No one would know, and that's one thing less that's going to the landfill, and that's the whole purpose of this. And so we've started, or we as in me, we've started a challenge yourself more in 24, and but I just wanted to go over just a few things with you rather than reading them off the list. All of our fruit and vegetable excess, the peels, the stones, the seeds, any of that stuff that would normally get washed down the drain with a garbage disposal on, or washed down the drain if you don't have one, is getting saved, ground, all sorts of things. And any stale foods that you might have. I was in my pantry, and I realized that I had pasta that was about 16 years old. We made it once about 16 years ago, and they're little trees, and these are the little reindeer. It was supposed to be for Christmas. And we made them, and they were like little rock hard gumballs, and we bought them from the Boy Scouts, and they just we should have just given them the money and said keep your stuff. Anyway, any of your other things that you have, old oatmeal. I realized that in my pantry I had old flour, old bread that you're maybe not using. I have shrimp shells. Egg shells are wonderful. I just happened to run into Whole Foods, and they were having their brown eggs on sale. Eggs, by the way, here have gone up in price. Even the cheapest are over $4. I think it was $4.39 or something like that. And so, any of your powders. Just a real quick side note was, we happened to get oranges. Got a couple oranges. Rick's diabetic, and oranges seem to really shoot his sugar up. Having like orange juice. So I said, why don't you get a couple oranges, and we'll actually have an orange as a treat. Half an orange for him, half an orange for me. So I saved the peel, and I thought, well, I will dehydrate it. Now it's starting to get a little rubbery again. But I was thinking about the, you go to a craft store, or you go to a home store, and they have those little packets of spices and peels and stuff that you can put in water and then boil it and fragrance your home. And I thought, wow, this fruit and veg stuff that I dehydrate and then I feed it to the worms. When I open that jar, every week when I show it to you and I open the jar, I go, isn't that wonderful? And I thought, I bet I could do the same thing. It would just reconstitute it, and I could still give it to the worms. I could still give it to my compost. So just a thought and just a reminder. I tell you every week about this. If you have canned goods that you have liquid in them, those liquids usually have kind of it's a sugar from the, like say corn syrup. And I put that in my watering can now, and I notice that when I do that, the plants that I'm watering, a day or so later, they look very perky. So I think I must be on the right track. If you have vegetables like onions, onions are great if you're having any kind of a pest problem. Don't waste your onion by, peeling it back and using the fresh. But if you have an onion that's sitting on the counter and you can see that the peels are starting to come back and they're pretty dry and it's not something that you'd probably use in your dish, peel it off, put it in water, leave it for 24 hours. That water, use it around the base of your plant that you're trying to get rid of any pest. Or you could put it, if you have several, you could put it in your watering spray bottle and then spray your plants with, if you have aphids or white fly or something that's, just starting. Organics don't work as quickly as chemicals. If you go out and buy Raid, they're dead. That's it. Done deal. And so you're going in the chemical route. If you want to go organic, it's got to be something that you're persistent about. I save my coffee filters. I use at the bottom of my clay pots. I like clay pots, but you can use it in plastic pots too. And it will hold your soil back. This is obviously holding the coffee back from coming through. It does the same thing. Coffee grounds are wonderful. They are just super. If you're feeding your worms, worms love coffee grounds. I also use my tea bags for that same purpose. I just wanted to show you that I harvested my sweet potatoes. I just did a video yesterday on getting new starts going, and I showed you the leaves that I used and what have you. But these, I did a video last week and I got just over 6 pounds, but these are drying. They're still in the curing stage. But the little ones, I took a handful of those little ones and I peeled them and then I sliced them, put them in a pan, a sprayed pan with just a few pats of butter on top. And I actually salted it. I don't salt very many things, but I added a little salt to that. And I baked it for about a half an hour. I heard somebody go, chef kiss to something, and I thought that was pretty cute. And so actually, chef kiss to it. The toilet paper rolls, paper towel rolls, save your popsicle sticks, your cork, your shredded cardboard. One other thing I wanted to talk to you about, let me just go to this side, and I started saving I've saved these for a lot of years, and then I get tired of them and I go, oh, I'll throw those out. But this is the little packets they put in all your stuff, the little desiccant packets. And you can use these over again if you've got, even if you have stuff in your pantry and you want to make sure that it doesn't collect moisture, throw a handful of these in with your plastic bag that you've got, whatever you have it in there. Say like you've got crackers or something and you think, well, we haven't used those in a long time. Throw a few of these in. It won't hurt, believe me. And I also heard that you can take them and maybe put them in your oven at a real low heat just to dry them out again. You can use them that way. Granted, this was only 4 ounces, but I've only been saving it for, I don't know, 6-8 months. It's a 1/4 of a pound that didn't go to the landfill. I don't know what I can do with them at the end, but I'll think of something. And with that, oh, I know, and we had Hurricane Helene come through on Thursday. It hit Florida, and it was Thursday night, Friday morning. And so Saturday, I kind of went around and I started, didn't we have a game as kids that was called Pick Up Sticks? And these are oak. This is oak leaves. This is oak branches. And these are my moringa. I had 2 moringa trees that were in that 25-foot range, and they just were leaning over the fence. Now, moringas aren't, how do I want to say it? An oak tree, I think you'd have a problem, or any of those trees, hardwood trees, you'd have a real problem bringing them back up and trying to secure them. But a moringa it's like the weed you don't want in your garden, but it's a perfect weed to have it because it's so healthy, it's so good for you. So all I did was I got behind it, and then I just started to walk it back up, and then pushed it over to the other side. You could see the roots were kind of like going, I got it to the other side, and I tamped it down, and now I will cut that back off at about 5 feet, and it will, how do I want to show you? The layer around, I can't aim it your way, but the cadmium layer all around will send out shoots, or you'll get shoots on all the eyes, and that won't miss a beat. I promise, won't miss a beat. Anyway, our friend Brian did not come this week. I'm guessing he'll probably cut grass today, and that would be fine. I'd be happy if he did. So we really, we were on our own, and our grass was only 2 pounds. So I had to come up with all different sources of weight, and so I was very diligent about making sure that if anything needed to be shredded, my shrubs needed to be trimmed, any of that kind of stuff, they got trimmed. We did 23 pounds, 8.4 ounces on our own. I think we probably could do on our own 1,000 pounds a year. I think that would be probably a good average estimate. And so without Brian, we are up to 1,512 pounds, 14.5 ounces. So just under 500 pounds for the last quarter, which sounds like, well, that sounds like you're on track. But, you know, when you start seeing that instead of the grass being 40 some pounds, you're getting, you know, 16 pounds, or in our case, instead of 8 pounds, we're getting 2 pounds, and then that will end off. I'm not so sure we'll make it to 2,000. I don't go around and ask people to bring things like their pumpkins after Halloween. In this area in Florida, in our neighborhood, I walk. I saw one pumpkin. Last year I saw one huge pumpkin display that was, you know, it looked like about a 30-pound pumpkin, and then she had something else, and it stayed and she had it for a few weeks, and then there was another neighbor who must have gotten hers early, and I mean, they were gnarly. You could see the raccoon had gotten into. I really don't want to draw. I live on a preserve. I don't want to draw rats and raccoon, and I don't really have. I only have our own personal refrigerator, freezer. I don't have a big freezer to put things into. So it really has to be me, and anything else I go around for. There was a neighbor who moved in, and I felt really bad. They left all of their moving boxes outside, filled with other boxes and styrofoam and plastic bags, and I thought it would take me all day to break this down and get the tape off of it, and because they were moving boxes, so the moving company had tape on everything, and so I see where I could be better, but at this point of the game, I'm doing my best, and I think I'm doing pretty good. So the only one thing I wanted to leave you with was just the word habits. This is a good habit. When I wake up in the morning, I don't just roll out of bed and go, oh, I feel miserable. I roll over on my back. Let me just take one drink. Thanks. I roll over my back, and the first thing I do is I do the bridge, which is lifting your butt up. You know, curl your knees, bring your feet up to your butt, and lift yourself up. And that's a really good back exercise. They call it the bridge. And I have found that it is much better than even going to the chiropractor. The things I do for myself, my exercises, is a much better habit than I did when I was going to physical therapy twice a week. And it's a heck of a lot cheaper. It's free. So there's good habits and there's bad habits. Another good habit is recycling. And if you can get into recycling and talk to your friends and get them into recycling, or if you can say to them, hey, can I recycle that for you? Yeah, sure. Hey, could I have could you save your toilet rolls for me? I'm planning on doing that next year, is to ask the neighbors, hey, could you save your paper towel and toilet paper rolls for me? I think I'm probably thought to be a little odd anyway, but that's okay. You know, save your paper towels and toilet paper rolls for me. I think most people just don't want to be involved. We're too busy. We're too on our own. But if you can chip away at it, I think it would be a good thing. So I hope this was shorter. I hope everybody has a great week. And I hope to see you next week. Take care. And remember, garden what you've got. Thanks. Bye-bye.